This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice of this meeting was provided to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and the Highland Park Planet on January 7th, 2026, and was posted on the Borough website at www.hpborough.com and on the bulletin board at Borough Hall, 221 South Fifth Avenue, Highland Park, New Jersey, and has remained continuously posted as required by law. Fire exits are to my left and right of council chambers. Jerry, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Foster, Councilmember George, Councilmember Hale,
Here.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Here.
Council President Kim Cho-Han,
Here.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Here.
Councilmember Vargas,
Here.
Borough Attorney Renaud,
Here.
and Borough Administrator Huber.
Here. Motion to approve minutes as distributed, April 28th, 2026, regular and executive session meeting. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of April 28th?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes. And council report. Councilmember Pistonik, would you like to start us off?
Sure. Thank you, Council President. So my name is Jason Pistonik. I chair the Health and Human Services Committee, and I have a relatively brief report for tonight. First up, I just wanted to thank Gary and Joyce Leslie for a very successful Family DEI Cookies event. I was glad to stop by and share some cookies and conversation with some neighbors. Special thanks to Council President Stephanie Kim Cho-Han and her family for stopping by. It's nice to see you there. Next up, it's that time of year again, and I'm happy to announce that the Human Relations Commission's annual flag raising events are coming up real soon. On Tuesday, June 9th, we'll be holding the Caribbean American Heritage flag raising. On Wednesday, June 17th, we'll be holding the Juneteenth flag raising. And on Tuesday, June 23rd, we'll be holding the Pride flag raising. All three flag raisings are at 5:30 p.m. and will be held outside of the parking lot of the community center. So please mark your calendars and I will see you there. Lastly, just wanted to encourage any Highland Park residents who may be interested in helping with events such as these in our community to consider becoming a member of the Human Relations Commission. Volunteer applications can be found at hpboro.com. And that was my report for tonight.
Thank you. Councilmember Vargas.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening. My name is Norma Vargas, and I am the Council Liaison for Arts and Recreation and Community Services. Here are some upcoming events and updates. The Memorial Day Parade is coming up this Monday, the 26th. Please join us there as we honor and remember the brave men and women of our armed forces who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our nation. The parade will be held jointly with New Brunswick and will begin at 10:30 a.m. at the New Brunswick Civic Square. The procession is expected to enter Highland Park at approximately 11:30 and will conclude at the Doughboy Monument. Please, we encourage everybody to line the parade route, support those marching, and join us in paying tribute to our fallen service members. May is recognized as Older Americans Month, and there will be a Champion Your Health event at the community center, and residents age 55 and older are invited to attend. This will be an educational program which will focus on wellness, disease prevention, and personal responsibility for healthy aging. This event will take place on Tuesday, the 26th, between 2 and 3. The Arts Commission. They will be having an event coming up called The Art of Turning Trash into Treasure. And we invite residents to a special compost workshop on Saturday, May 30th, between 1 and 3 p.m. at the Highland Park Library. It will feature a presentation and Q&A session on how to source compost and along with a simple and sustainable art project. Of course, it's the Arts Commission, so there is always an art project involved. So please join us. I'm excited to announce that the Historical Commission's Community History Open Mic is scheduled for Thursday, June 25th at 6:30 at the Highland Park Library. This is part of one of two community grants which they received, one of two grants which they received this year. Select residents will have an opportunity to share personal stories, memories, and reflections about Highland Park's history and the people and events that shaped our community. Stay tuned for more details, but please do save the date and join us. Having said that, the Historical Commission's monthly meeting is this Thursday at 7 p.m. They meet virtually through Google Meets, and the information to join is on the borough's calendar, and members of the public are welcome to attend. By the way, there are also volunteer spots open in both the Arts and the Historical Commission, so if you have a passion for either one, we welcome you to apply and join us, and the volunteer form can be found on the borough's website. Recreation Department, summer camp registration is ongoing, and we have a great and exciting season filled with educational, recreational, and social activities for children. Highland Park is very fortunate to offer an affordable and well-established summer camp program. It's dedicated to providing a fun, safe, and enriching experience for all participants. The registration deadline is on June 2nd. Please register at the Highland Park Recreation's website. The information can be found on the borough's page as well as their Facebook, or you can call the Recreation Department at 732-819-0052 for more information. May is also Jewish American Heritage Month, a national celebration recognizing the contributions of Jewish Americans to our country's history, culture, and civic life. As a proud Jewish Puerto Rican, I am especially grateful to celebrate both parts of my heritage. Many people may not realize that Puerto Rico is home to the largest Jewish community in the Caribbean, and the Jewish presence on the island dates back to 1493, with significant growth during the Spanish-American War and again in the 1930s. Today, more than 3,000 Jewish residents live in Puerto Rico and are served by thriving Reformed, Conservative, and Orthodox community. And I am proud to navigate and celebrate both of these rich cultural traditions. And as a reminder, because this always confuses people, Puerto Ricans are United States citizens and Americans. And so we celebrate. That is my report this year.
Oh, I'm Mayor, no, Councilmember Hale. Mayor, we.
Thank you, Council President. My name is Matt Hale, and I chair the Economic Development Committee. This Thursday, May 21st, from 3 to 7 p.m., and Friday, May 22nd, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., is Main Street's annual planting day. It's where we put the beautiful summer plants in about 150 big downtown planters. It's a big job, and we're looking for volunteers. If you're interested, please come to the Wellworks Pavilion, right next to 212 Raritan Avenue during those hours. You can pick up your plants and your assignments, and we'll tell you where to put them. It's a fun day. And next up, the World Cup is coming. The World Cup is coming. It's just under a month away. Where the world is descending on New Jersey, not New York, New Jersey, to watch the beautiful game. I'm particularly excited for Norway versus Senegal on June 22nd, and of course, all the games for USA. Rebecca Hirsch at Main Street and Tuja Vartek, our Assistant Economic Development Director, have teamed up to put a great tutorial for businesses on how to capitalize on the World Cup coming to New Jersey. You can find that at mainstreet.org/2026 World Cup. They're also working with local businesses on doing watch parties, so stay tuned to the Borough at Main Street web pages for details. It's going to be great. Main Street has planned our annual restaurant week to coincide with the quarters and semis of the World Cup. It's going to be from July 9th to July 19th. So if you're a restaurant, coffee shop, sweet shop, any place with food, you can come join the Main Street Restaurant Week by going to mainstreet.org/restaurant week 2026. Main Street is also doing a mailer for all local businesses in advance of Restaurant Week. So if you're a local business or just someone who wants to say hi to other HP residents, please go to, you guessed it, mainstreet.org/Main Street mailer to sign up and get the word out. As Norma said, this is Jewish American Heritage Month, and so I wanted to also say a few words about it. Since 1654, when Jacob Bar Simpson, sounds like Bart Simpson, Jacob Bar Simpson came to New Amsterdam after fleeing persecution from Brazil, Jewish Americans have been an indelible part of American life. The accomplishments of Jewish Americans nationally are well known and documented, as are the ongoing struggles with anti-Semitism. which is reaching terrifying and epidemic proportions. With attacks and Jew hatred coming from both ends of the political spectrum, it's never been scarier to be a Jewish American than it is today, at least in my lifetime. We're struggling and feel overwhelmed. But it's important to remember that there is a rich history of Jewish Americans, and I prefer to focus on that today. I'm going to talk about some amazing Jewish Americans from right here in Highland Park. I also wanted to thank everyone from Facebook and WhatsApp for giving me many of these ideas. So there are lots of very famous Jewish Americans with Highland Park connections. Solomon Waxman won the 1952 Nobel Prize for Medicine for his work on antibiotics. Arno Penzias won the 1978 Nobel Prize in Physics for his work on cosmic microwave radiation. Both were Jewish and lived in Highland Park. Pop artist Roy Lichtenstein lived on South Adelaide in the 1960s. Sculptor George Segal taught community art lessons in HP in the 1950s. And painter and early feminist Joan Schneider grew up in Highland Park. Highland Park's high school has alumni, including Samuel Friedman, a New York Times columnist, and Jim Axelrod, a CBS News correspondent. And I could go on with really more famous people, but I really just wanted to mention 3 real Jewish Americans who might not be famous, but are no less important. Each one represents the goodness and kindness that is Highland Park. In a world that is on fire, it's easy to forget that regular people can still do incredible things, giving things, kind things, to make our community special. Every community has them. Since it's Jewish American Heritage Month, I'm going to focus on 3 that I've been lucky enough to know. Jerry Pomper is a political science professor from Rutgers, and he's been called the Dean of American Political Science for his work on the presidents and campaign and elections. But he also wrote 2 articles, one of them called Practicing Political Science on a Local School Board, based on his experience as a member of the Highland Park School Board. He also served on the planning board. Jerry was the first political science who vouched for me when I started teaching at Seton Hall, telling a colleague to look at my research and quoting it. It's not too shabby. Spencer Rockman has coached youth soccer in Highland Park and Edison for over 50 years. He's coached U.S. development teams, elite travel teams, and the first high school girls soccer team in Elizabeth. Spencer is a member of the New Jersey Youth Soccer Hall of Fame, but it really is young kids from age 3 to 12 that are Spencer's legacy. It is almost impossible to play soccer at any kind of level in Highland Park, Edison, or Metuchen and not played with Spencer. That's right. All 3 of my kids went through Spencer. And I'm going to end tonight on a note about my friend Sheldon Friedenreich. At the last council meeting, I mentioned that Highland Park had a new Eagle Scout, a young man named Ben Israel, and that it was Sheldon's 28th Eagle Scout, including number 26, my son Zach. And it was sadly his last. Sheldon passed away just a few days after seeing Ben become an Eagle Scout. I did the math, and based on the average number of scouts in our troop, about 12% of the scouts that went through Highland Park have made it to Eagle Scout. The historical average nationally is about 4%. We always say that Highland Park punches above our weight, and there's no better example of that than Sheldon. He was a kind, diligent, soft-spoken man who simply did what was necessary to make things work. Like building an Arab around a Boy Scout camp, so scouts from far away from Texas could come and spend Shabbat camping with their families. All 3 of these men represent the best in Highland Park, the best of Jewish America, and I've been very lucky to know them. So in honor of Jewish Heritage Month, I'd like to just say thank you to all of you. That's my report, Madam Mayor.
For our residents, Sheldon, can we have a moment of silence? Thank you. And Councilmember Hirsch.
Thanks, Council President. And thanks, Councilman Hale, for that. It's actually interesting. I Coach Spencer coached both of my sons, but one of my greatest accomplishments to this day, arguably more than being up here on the council, was being an F-licensed soccer coach, taught and trained by Coach Spencer. That kind of stuff stays with you forever. You know, our experiences here also do too, but there are certain philosophies, fundamental, kind of codes when you're a coach, particularly one who's trained by, when you're trained by somebody who has so much community experience. So thank you for mentioning it. He used to call my son's name is Ruben, and he used to call him Hurricane after Reuben Carter. Yeah, no, this is Coach Spencer. My name is Matthew Hirsch. I chair the Public Works and Public Utilities Committee. Just a few things. We have a lot of the fruit of a lot of our work of the last 2 months is just behind us, and we're gearing up for exciting stuff in front of us. But let's just recap really quickly. The Street Fair and Earth Day and 5K. First, many thanks to the fire department, the Highland Park Police Department, Public Works, CERT team, Main Street Highland Park, and all of the volunteers and staff who made that day an enormous success. The 5K was brutal as usual, but we finished, and Jake Callahan's not here, but it came in 30 seconds ahead of him, so not old yet. And it was just an incredible day. I do want to just highlight the Earth Day Festival, which took place on South 3rd. That was kind of part of the street fair, but organized a little bit separately through the Shade Tree Advisory Committee, the Environmental Commission, and Sustainable Highland Park. Really terrific resource area where you can learn about native plantings, where you can learn how to be good environmental stewards, and you can learn about various programs and opportunities to help Highland Park and our community be even greener. Many thanks to Sheila Shukla, Anthony Walker, and the whole musician team that played on that corner. Anandala, the a cappella group from the high school. It was truly terrific, and really set a theme of music, which is my favorite part of the spring. I did want to just mention Porch Fest as well. Many of you were out on Sunday. I know we had a lot going on Sunday. It was the Clean and Green weekend, which I'll get to in just a second. But then Porch Fest, this was not under my portfolio, but I think we all took part in enjoying that. Many thanks to so many people who posted. Thank you very much to Sue Winkler and Gary Kaplan for, again, doing the heavy lifting of putting that together. It's really a challenge to not only find host venues, but also corral the needs of, anybody who knows rock and roll or who knows public performance knows that there are very specific needs by the performers. So many thanks to them for that. Again, I wanted to shout out to my son's band, Stephen Attic. They played under the pavilion in the afternoon, and I was thrilled when they closed with a Deftones song. So really warmed my 90s kid heart. I did want to just mention the Clean and Green weekend. Thank you to Sustainable Highland Park and all the residents who came out both Saturday and Sunday to participate in our Clean and Green weekend. That was coordinated cleanups of our rain gardens in the Native Plant Sanctuary, but also native plant giveaways. Many thanks to Melly Pihuro, Karen Swain, Andy Warren, Irene Marks, Rose DiLorenzo, and the whole team at Sustainable Highland Park for, again, coordinating an excellent community engaging event. And that's the most important part, is that we can educate, we can also engage, and really remove some of the abstractions when it comes to things like our tree plantings, which just got underway. I did want to just mention that Sustainable Highland Park will hold its regular meeting next Wednesday, May 27th at 7:30 p.m. here at the Heshy-Berman Conference Room at Borough Hall at 221 South 5th Avenue. I did mention the Shade Tree Advisory Committee. I did want to just mention a few things that came out of our meeting last Wednesday. We are currently working, we currently have a Green Communities grant to conduct a canopy inventory. This is done by, once again, to maintain our canopy inventory. This is done by Rutgers students. It's almost complete. We are just kind of wrapping up some of the details there. And then any areas where that might conflict with our 2025 tree inventory. I did want to just mention the community forestry management program that the borough is currently working on through New Jersey. This is through the Department of Environmental Protection. We are currently working on our CFMP. What this does is that it helps us qualify for state and federal forestry grants, meets requirements for certain environmental programs, reduces liability from hazardous trees. It improves storm preparedness and climate resilience, and it demonstrates responsible environmental stewardship. And most important, it really helps us best navigate our tree replanting strategies. We have a lot of trees in Highland Park that are aging out simultaneously, which you have probably noticed. And so we are taking an aggressive approach to tree replantings. And you've seen some entire corridors recently in the borough with new trees. There's an 80% survival rate, so some of those don't make it past that first year. But if you see something, please reach out to us and let us know, and we'll work closely with our arborist and our crackerjack tree planting service. Two events coming up on Sunday, May 31st at 9 a.m. There's a rain garden planting where we're going to meet at Raritan Avenue and South 4th Avenue. You can help us plant in the rain gardens. And that's what we did last weekend too. So please come. We're planting native plants in those rain gardens that helps best absorb the water and really puts the rain gardens to the most productive use. And then on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026 at 7 p.m., please join us at the Highland Park Public Library at 31 North 5th Avenue for a presentation by Rutgers Master Gardener Sue Tarr on native plants for rain gardens. And this program is sponsored by Sustainable Highland Park and the Highland Park Public Library. That is my report, Council President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Hirsch. My name is Stephanie Kim Chohan, and I chair Finance. The mayor is not here tonight. She's attending the New Jersey Mayors of conference in Atlantic City. And for me, just a few announcements. Tonight on the agenda, we are officially adopting the budget. We were waiting for our certification from the state. So that is hopefully it will be adopted. Thank you to the finance team that's here tonight. Thank you so much for your hard work on this, and also thank you to the school board members. I know this was a tough year, and we recognize that, so thank you. Also, I also attended the HRC DEI cookie exchange. I know they will have more series and more topics that they were discussing. It was a great event. Hopefully it won't coincide with Porch Fest next year or so, but it was a great event and healthy discussion. And lastly, I also want to recognize May is also AAPI month. So maybe we can get together with my fellow Jewish colleagues and go to China Lee together. And that could be a fusion in between, right? That would be great. And it could be it wouldn't be my first time that a Jewish resident actually took me there. So yeah, see, in Highland Park, only those two can come together, right? And I think that is my report. Borough Administrator, do you have a report?
Just very briefly wanted to highlight a couple items on the agenda that we've been working very hard to get to this point, budget notwithstanding, and thank you to our CFO Nerea Champion and our auditor Jerry Snakewitz who are here tonight as we look towards that. But in addition to the budget being on the agenda, I know there are members of the public who are very interested in, we had a community meeting to talk about our settlement approach to the ongoing litigation for Buck Woods. And so on the agenda tonight are 3 resolutions, all having to do with basically settling that litigation and essentially kicking us into gear, because what tonight is on the agenda for your vote is to authorize the settlement agreement, which is all in your packets, and you can look at it, and which articulates essentially the new zoning plan that we proposed for the property. It essentially takes the existing footprint of the building that was approved there by the planning board believe it was last year or the year before, but allowing for additional units. But in exchange, we're also leveraging that to get additional roadway access, fire safety, playground amenities, and a bunch of other things that we think will actually yield a better project and an asset to the community. So I'm really appreciative for everybody's hard work getting us to this point, and I hope to have your support on that resolution tonight. And then coming right out of that agreement are 12B and 12C on the agenda, which are the execution of a funding agreement, which essentially JSM, as part of our agreement, will be funding all the professional work needed in order to effectuate the plan that we set forth in our community meeting. And I should also mention the information that we presented at our community meeting is still up on our website, so if anybody wants to check it out, it's available. And then the last, but certainly not the least, 12C, kind of the first major step that we're obligated to take, should we agree to this settlement agreement, is to do a study to determine if the site meets the area need of redevelopment criteria, as well as to establish a redevelopment plan that sets forth the zoning that we've all discussed previously. So those are three big items that we've been working for a very long time, and I just I'm very proud to where we got with that, and I'm looking forward to getting that moving. And then the only other items I just thought I'd mention, just because I know actually two projects. Also, this is a very juicy agenda, as I know the borough clerk would acknowledge, because there's a lot on here. But item 12D is regarding the Safe Routes to School Phase 1, which are those intersection improvements in various locations. I know there's a lot of eagerness to get that project underway, and this is a major step. We're awarding a contract for the construction management and inspection that will allow DOT to authorize the money to pay for that and the improvements. And then we can bid out that job with the goal of getting that fully constructed probably by the end of the fall. So just keep an eye on that. There's more to come, but I know those are important projects to the community. And then with regard to the plaza, you can see that we have two related items working with Artheon. I should mention, you'll start to see the name Artheon on the agenda. That is the newly named CME Associates, our borough engineer. They went through a rebranding, so we'll have to get used to Artheon. So I'm going to use it tonight. We're going to be working with Artheon on two things related to the plaza. One is regarding getting the two properties on either side of our municipal parking lot ready for demolition. They're doing a lot of site assessment work and putting together the bid package and getting the bid out so that we get those houses out of the way so that we don't have any slowdown when we're ready to start on the plaza itself. And then the other item is for their help with reviewing arterials designs for stormwater and, very importantly, DOT permit compliance. So we have approval from DOT. We want to make sure nothing in our plans kind of runs afoul of the permit that we've got, and also identify any additional review that may be required. So they are working on all that with us. It is like my number 1, 2 to 5 priority projects. But because we're working really hard to get that project underway. So thank you for giving me a little time, Council President, Acting Mayor. But I'm really proud of this agenda. It's kind of a lot on there. And there's even more, but I just wanted to call those items out because I know they're important.
Thank you. Administrator Borough Attorney's report.
Nothing to me.
Public participation, 21 minutes total, 3 minutes per speaker, limited to items on this agenda. Comments from members of the public attending the meeting in person will be heard first, followed by members of the public attending the meeting via Zoom.
I have on Zoom, we have 6 attendees, and there are no hands up for the first public participation.
Okay, seeing no one, may I have a motion to close public participation?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Ordinances requiring a second reading. Clerk, please report on ordinance number 26-2127.
An ordinance amending chapter 86 entitled Fair Share Affordable Housing to implement the fourth round of affordable housing in accordance with the Fair Housing Act of 1985, as amended, has been duly advertised for consideration of passage on final reading by title, and affidavits of publication are on file.
It is now time for a public hearing on this ordinance. If you would like to speak on this ordinance, please come to the microphone or raise your hand on Zoom.
Got no hands up.
Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close public hearing on ordinance number 26-2127?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 26-2127?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Clerk, please report on ordinance number 26-2129.
An ordinance authorizing the acquisition of a portion of certain real property, block 3001, lots 17, 18, 19, and 33, 332 Raritan Avenue, has been duly advertised for consideration of passage on final reading by title, and affidavits of publication are on file.
It is now time for a public hearing on this ordinance. If you would like to speak on this ordinance, please come to the microphone or raise your hand on Zoom.
No hands up.
Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 26-2129?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 26-2129?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Resolutions requiring a separate reading. Resolution authorizing reading of budget by title only. May I have a motion to adopt resolution 5-26-125, authorizing reading of budget by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Thank you to Terry and Araya and all the fiscal team. Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Motion to open public hearing on 2026 municipal budget, public hearing on municipal budget. And may I have a motion to open the public hearing on the 2026 municipal budget?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mm-mm.
Wait, okay.
Time for public.
Mhm.
Oh,
The party missing.
Mhm.
public hearing.
I do have one hand up. Michelle Rasiapi. Please just confirm it's you.
Hi, it's me. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Did we get to the part of the meeting yet where we can talk on a topic that's not on the agenda?
No, we're talking strictly about the adoption of the municipal budget right now.
Because it says number 9, public participation after the mayor's report. Did we skip that?
No, we asked for hands and nobody raised their hand.
Because I was here listening to the whole thing, and that must have gone really fast because I didn't even hear them say that. And my other friend who is also listening on Zoom somewhere else also didn't hear it. And there's two of us that wanted to talk. So, could we go back to that part?
No, I'm sorry, Council President, the public participation, there was a motion and a second, that portion of the meeting has concluded. Right now, the motion is specifically on the municipal budget. There will be another public participation at the end, which is on any topic, and certainly you'll be able to raise your questions at that time.
I have another hand up. Elizabeth, I'm going to allow you to talk. If you could just confirm it's you. I think you may have to unmute yourself. Elizabeth? All righty. I'm going to try asking to unmute one last try. All right. I'm going to assume just hand manage here. All right. All right. Okay. I still have two hands up. I'm gonna call on Michelle Raciapi again. I know that you've heard our attorneys. And just confirm it's you. And if you have anything to say on this topic.
Could I just find out, like, this looks like it's gonna be an extremely long meeting, and when do you think, what time will the portion when I could talk, like, what time will that be?
We don't have a time period. It's section 14 on the public portion.
I would just like to ask for like that part went by really fast and it was a little confusing because it said mayor's report, but I think someone else, Stephanie, might have done the mayor's report. So me and my friend Elizabeth, who's on the other, neither of us heard it, and I just don't have like 2 hours or however long to wait till the end of this meeting. It's really like,
it's not going to be
like,
2 hours.
like, I'm a resident of town. Could I just like go? Can we just go back? Like, we're wasting more time. Like, I could have already just said my piece and be done.
Like I said, well, section 14, what will be coming up, I imagine will be there in less than 20 minutes.
Budget.
All right. I've got a hand up, Elizabeth. Again, we're in the budget hearing portion of our meeting. If you have something you'd like to say, please confirm your name.
Sorry, I was having technical problems. Elizabeth Weil Greenberg. Yes, I had the same question as Michelle, especially since it's a budget hearing, if we can go back to the public comment, because I had wanted to speak, but it did go by pretty quickly. But yeah, so same comment as Michelle's.
To be clear, right now, the portion of the meeting is on the budget. If you have a comment on the budget, now is the time to raise it.
Let's get to the next public.
Yeah,
portion.
I think I'm having hand management issues on Zoom. Sorry. All right, Michelle and Elizabeth were the two hands up I had at this time.
Okay, seeing no one, may I have a motion to close public hearing on the 2026 municipal budget?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Hale.
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adopt resolution 5-26-126, adoption of the 2026 municipal budget?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Hale.
Yes, and just thank you to the entire team for putting it together. It's really wonderful. Thank you.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Yes, good investments, philosophical document, everything that was carefully done in this budget. Thank you.
Council President Kim Cho-Han.
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik.
Thanks again, fiscal team. Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Okay, resolution authorizing reading of Main Street Highland Park budget by title only. May I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-127, authorizing reading of Main Street Highland Park budget by title only.
So moved.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Motion to open public hearing on 2025 Main Street Highland Park budget.
26.
26, sorry. May I have a motion to open the public hearing on 2026 Main Street Highland Park budget?
So moved. Second.
Roll call. No,
You just do all in favor.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, again, this is the comment on the Main Street Highland Park budget. I'm calling on Michelle Rasiapi. If you'd like to speak to the Main Street Highland Park budget, now's the time. Otherwise, there will be an opportunity for general public comment shortly.
Hearing none.
Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close public hearing on the 2026 Main Street Highland Park budget?
So moved. Second.
And roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adopt resolution 5-26-128, adoption of the 2026 Main Street Highland Park budget?
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
All right. Consent agenda items. Council members, would you like to pull anything for a separate reading?
Nope.
Great. May I have a motion to adopt the following consent agenda items, 12A through 12,
So moved. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes, and just to echo Terry, there's a lot in here. We did a lot of work to this. Terry did an amazing amount of moving. Joe Bauman was wonderful on many of these issues, so I just wanted to say thank you to the team for getting all this stuff done. It's great. And yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes, and the consent agenda is really a reflection of a lot of the work that we're doing. I want to just point to 526-139, item 12K, that's a Sustainable Jersey grant. I talked about the community forestry management plan. A lot of our work, what a lot of our work does is that it enables us opportunities for additional resources and investment, and thereby can grow our sustainability footprint. So yes, thank you.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes, and I also want to comment, a lot of these items on here, when we talk about the plaza and different things, those items also will eventually help with our bond rating as well. So thank you to that team. Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes, and thank you to Terry and the team for all the hard work for helping move all these very important things forward.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
All right. So, and appointments, Council on Aging, Barbara Fisher, Maureen Olmo Horowitz. May I have a motion to confirm?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
Now it's time for the second public participation, 3 minutes per speaker on any topic, subject to 9 p.m. conclusion. Comments from members of the public attending the meeting in person will be heard first, followed by members of the public attending the meeting via Zoom.
Looks like we have 7 attendees on Zoom and Michelle's back. Please state your name just to confirm it's you.
Hi. Sorry, I didn't understand that it would be so fast. That's what I had been asking about. But So I just wanted to come on and say, and my friend Buffy Elizabeth is going to talk about this as well and give maybe some more context. But I just want to state we were here like a year ago, and I'm coming back to say again that I am against privatizing and outsourcing our crossing guards. And not only should we not be privatizing them, but we should be offering better salaried positions in order to ensure that we are retaining good quality people and that we are not offering low quality, low paying jobs, which is just a race to the bottom in terms of services and jobs that this town is offering to people. It would be worse service and less safety to the town residents that we are getting for our taxpayer dollars. And we've seen a wave of privatizing in this town, like at the Irving School Aftercare, the shared services with the dispatch, and people are very unhappy with those things. And if we provide the people who live in town with quality salaried jobs, they will be more reliable. Some of the current guards are salaried. And I know they're the ones that are hourly, they might be having more issues with. So I don't think the solution is to go to more hourly workers, hourly workers. And it might, save a couple hours for the police department on payroll, but it would be a huge disservice to the people of Highland Park and especially the school children who are, the most at risk when they're crossing the street and who use these crossing guards the most. So that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Next up is Elizabeth, or I guess it's Buffy. If you want to just confirm your name for the record.
Hi, yes, hopefully I'm doing this right now. Hi, it's Buffy. My full name is Elizabeth Weil Greenberg. And yeah, just to echo what Michelle said, it's my understanding that the police department is trying to, again, privatize the crossing guards. Like Michelle said, we had this come up about a year ago. There was a huge outpouring of support for the crossing guards. And as a result of that community opposition, the plan was abandoned. So it's really disheartening to see that apparently the police department wants to go full speed ahead with privatization. Privatization, we've seen it in our schools, we've seen it in our workplaces, in our state and federal governments. It always leads to worse working conditions, higher turnover, lower wages, which in turn leads to worse services for our community. There's also been a lot of research that shows that while corporations try to sell school districts and town councils and police departments that you're going to save money, it's a con. And that there's been a lot of research to show that actually privatization ends up costing communities more money than if they had kept the services public. We can all see that privatizing the dispatchers has not worked well. And once something is privatized, it is very hard to change course. I'd also like to say that privatization, I think, is really antithetical to our values, to the values of the people in this town and the people on the Borough Council. And so I would like each council member tonight to state their position on the record on the question of privatizing the crossing guards.
Next up is Sal Baptist. Please just state your name for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Sal Baptist. I'm a resident in town, and I am just confused as to why anyone in this town, besides seeing how poorly the shared services agreement for dispatch is working out, why anyone would think that it would save money to introduce another middleman when we have so many examples in every aspect of our lives as people existing in this society. We have so many examples of just layers and layers of middlemen just taking money and giving us nothing. Why are we doing that? Why would we even consider that? Thanks.
All right, I see no other hands up.
Seeing no one further, may I have a motion to close public participation?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Hirsch,
Yes.
Council President Kim Cho Han,
Yes.
Councilmember Pistonik,
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, sorry. I think we might have some.
Can we respond to those questions or?
You're certainly, you have no obligation to respond, but it's your discretion.
I would like to respond.
Okay, Councilmember Hale.
I have no idea where the information about going to privatizing the crossing guards is coming from. We talked about it a year ago, decided that it was not something that we wanted to move forward with, and I don't believe that there are any moves in that direction. I think that's the council members are wondering where this is coming from. It's possibly a rumor that is, but we have not heard the idea of privatizing them again.
Councilmember Hirsch.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to echo what Councilman Hale said. Councilman George isn't here. He chairs public safety. But we have had no discussion, period, about what's been discussed. So if there is something floating around the community, please correct the record. There is no agenda discussion about privatization. Thank you.
I would just echo that, but this is the first time hearing of it, so.
I as well, I haven't heard about it at all.
Hasn't made its way to legal either, if that helps.
I also sit on public safety with Councilmember George and Councilmember Hirsch, and that hasn't been a discussion. So may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.